All right, so we're on the road now, just leaving my hotel, and it drives very smooth. So I guess you could call that number 6, the drive, the feel of the ride. The ride is very smooth. It's got very smooth handling. You know, it's kind of mushy to some people's liking. I don't mind it too bad. It's not terrible. And by the way, that's another important factor for me is visibility. So number 6 is the ride, number 7 is the visibility. Very large, nice vertical windows. You don't have to look through a slit. And the visors are pretty decent too. Very good visibility all around. You can see out the back window. There. See if I can get
In
to
1
zoom in on it.
mile, take exit 218 on right to I-76 West.
The gas mileage. Look at the gas mileage. I've been driving this car for a week and mostly stop and go driving, and it's still I've been on the highway for about an hour now, and it's 26.7 miles per gallon. So number 8 of my list of likes of this car is the mileage. Awesome mileage for, I believe this is a V6, but yeah, I'm coming up on an exit here. Be right back.
Take exit 280 to I-76 West.
All right, I just got through the toll booth, and as soon as I make this entryway here, I'm gonna kick it in the butt. There we go. All right, here we go on the floor. Not too bad, not too bad.
Continue 39 miles on I-76 West.
Huh. That's weird. My recycled thing doesn't work. Oh, it's on defrost. So I got to turn the defrost off. Let's see. Yep, okay. Now my recirculated air does come on. I wonder now if I can turn the AC off. Yep. So that was it. If you turn the defrost on, the recirculated air feature doesn't work. So, live and learn, right? I've been in the car for about, a little over 3 hours now, and I noticed that this car is pretty quiet. That's, I guess that would be number 9 of the things I like about this car. Of course, coming from driving a convertible, which is my daily driver, to this car, I guess anything's quieter, but I'm going roughly 71 miles an hour, and there's hardly any wind noise. It's quite pleasant in here, and there's you know, I'm not feeling fatigue or anything. So yeah, that's number 9 on my list of things I like about this car. Nice and quiet. Beautiful day outside, by the way.
Sont des amateurs de hockey, des maniaques. Est-ce que vous avez senti qu'ils veulent l'élimination complète des bagarres dans le hockey?
Dans mon cas, moi, Ron, c'est non. Non.
Bon, je pense que c'est assez clair. Les maniaques sont pour les batailles.
Oui.
Et parlant de maniaques,
Okay, I'm almost to my destination, and I've been on the road for about 2.5 hours, and remember it was like 27 something miles per gallon. Look what it's gotten up to. Highway driving, 32.1 miles per gallon. That is awesome for a big car like this. So definitely, if anybody out there is in the market for a new car and is concerned about gas mileage, you don't have to get a Prius or a Civic or whatever hybrid, you know, to spend $3,000-$4,000 more than the car is worth. and replace the batteries every 5 years, the car exists. I mean, that's an average 32 miles per gallon. That's city and highway. So, you know, this is where I'm at. This is what it looks like at night driving in this thing. Not too bad. There you got a pretty decent amount of headlight and pretty good visibility. And what I like is the dashboard lights up pretty well. I like the design of it. You see where stuff is. The buttons over here are lit up on the left side, and the right side pretty good. And the center console information's lit up pretty good too. Again, that's a touch screen there, and all your temperature controls are lit up pretty well. Map lights up here. Just push the button up there and map light comes on. Push the whole light comes off, so it's pretty intuitive. I like it. I have to say that was one of the positive features. Of course, it's pretty standard in most vehicles, but I like the big button lights. You don't have to fumble for a little switch and stuff. A few things about this car that I wouldn't necessarily say I don't like, but just some things to get used to. It's a particularly long car. It's about as long as say a Grand Caravan or something. So you have to be mindful of the size of the car. So when I go to park, I have to really swing wide to make it into most parking spaces. And then of course it's pretty I don't know, I wouldn't say pretty difficult, but it's something you have to be aware of when you're backing out, that you don't run into something. So that's the first thing you want to kind of be mindful about. The other thing I don't know if I really like or dislike, or I'm still forming my opinion, but inside the glove box, or the center console box, it's I don't know, you have to lift it. So if you have anything in here you want to get to, you know, I don't know. I have a center console in my other car, and it doesn't seem as cumbersome to get into, but it's you know, you got this huge lid here, and I don't know, it's like nice and padded, but anyway, to get in here, it doesn't kind of lift all the way out of the way. It just kind of hangs there, so it's kind of cumbersome. You got this nice little tray, that's kind of cool. But to get in here, you have your accessory plug. This is kind of cool. A little 12-volt extra cigarette lighter for if you want to plug in your MP3 or something like that. It's pretty cool. You have your a USB in here. That's pretty cool. And you also have your headphone jack. And most headphone jacks are on the center console by the radio, but I don't know if I like it or dislike it. I haven't used it enough, but you know, if you plug in your MP3 player, it might be nice to keep it inside your center console, so people don't try to break into your car and get it if they see it up on the dash, and then you have to hide it in the console anyway. So that's probably a good thing. So I don't know if I like that or not. I haven't really tried it, but depending on how you use your MP3 player, it might be a good thing. But the fact that they do have one is kind of cool. And yeah, those are just kind of the couple of things that I really don't like or have to get used to. And yeah, that's it. Here's the engine compartment. It's a 3.6 liter V6, and it's really not a whole lot to look at. They put this big old huge cover on there, so you can't really see a whole lot, but everything seems to be pretty accessible. It's a front mount engine, it looks like. You got your belt in the front of the engine. I tried looking underneath to see if it's a front wheel drive or rear wheel drive, and I didn't see a differential in the back, so I'm not quite sure if it's a front wheel or back wheel drive. You got battery terminals here for jumping. There's your positive lead. I'm not quite sure where the negative lead is. There's the engine oil. Dipstick anyway. I'm not quite sure what that is. Here's where you fill your oil. Water for the radiator. Not quite sure where the fan is. I know this is the air intake, but yeah, that's the engine compartment. Brake fluid access. Yeah. That was cool. Kind of funky there. I don't know if I can get this back in. So yeah, not a whole lot to look at. Here's kind of another cool thing is the gas door release is right here in the door, and that's not really necessarily the cool thing about it. When you go to open the gas door, you notice there's no gas cap to unscrew. Apparently this is the gas cap here, and inside there's a little trap door. Seems like it only opens if there's a gas nozzle. Yep. So there's two little, I don't know if you can see them, two little clippies here on the side that when you put your gas nozzle in, it opens this little trap door. I guess that's to keep from siphoners, people stealing your gas or something, I don't know. Either that or it keeps the seal on there in addition to this kind of floppy little cap there, and it even says, as right here, no gas cap required. So that's pretty cool. Let me show you the back seat here. The door opens up nice and wide, so you can get in real easy. There's plenty of leg room here. Yeah, my legs got plenty of knee room. I'm not bunched up. That seat is set for my height as a driver, so you know, I'm average size, so an average size driver, unless you got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar up there, you got plenty of leg room. Pretty good visibility back here, plenty of headroom. See there? I guess if you hit a big bump or something and you're a tall person, you might hit your head. It's got a 12 volt, got your own vents back here, that's kind of cool. I got a little 12 volt, so you got another extra plug back here, so if you had to, you're running three things. You got a plug out there, the plug inside here, and a plug right here. You got a magazine rack, or pocket there. And the doors have kind of cool, doors got a, I don't know, let me open the door again. It's got a pocket for drinks, and just a little ancillary stuff if you want to put a little keys or something like that in there. It's got a nice pull handle, get your own window control there, and it's got a nice pull out armrest for the middle, cup holders, pretty cool. And what's also nice is you can pull this little thing here, dongle, and you can get access to the trunk. So as big as the trunk is, you actually get a little more room if you had to stick something really, really long in the back there. You can see in the trunk. I don't know if this comes down. Not sure. I think, oh yeah, maybe. Let me back out here. I think you can pull this down. Yeah, the whole thing comes down. So yeah, if you had something really, really long, you can fit it in there. So knowing me, if I own one, I'd probably figure out a way to put a sheet of plywood in there. But there you go. There's the back seat.